moving on, we're going to look at the handle. So a few things. At first glance, it looks pretty straightforward. It's just similar to the button. We've got a curvature at the bottom and pretty straight. If we look on the side view, it's difficult because of the angle, but I think it's just straight. I don't think there's any particular shape to it. There's no indication in the reflection. Anyway, here it does look like a flat plane of a surface. It's got a bevel on it here. I think the reflection makes it a bit tricky, and because it's angled back as well. But one thing to note when we come in, it's got this little cutout here, which we might want to include. And then on the bottom, there's also got this kind of little cutout shape there as well. So that could cause us some issues. Now, if we were doing this without the cutouts, we could get away with a lot less geometry. But if we want to include that cutout, then we're going to need enough geometry to support that shape, that geometry there. So first of all, let's get started. I'm not going to model it on an angle. I'm going to model it straight. So I will use this side view and do it as though it's going straight up like this for now. And we'll go from it from there. So let's come into here, the side view. And what I can do for now is just take my model, and I want to make sure that everything is named. So I've got my radio body, and then I've got my display, but this rest of it is not there. So what I'll do is just take all of this for now, and I'm just going to combine it for the time being. I can separate it out later. Combine, there we go. And then I will just do, radio display, and buttons. So that will do for now. And then I'm just going to select everything, delete my history, clean that up. And then what is that? That is also those. So I've obviously missed those. And 1, 2, 3, combine, delete history. That's got that. So I can rename that later, but I've got this dividers, body, and buttons. And I'm going to select all those and group them, Control G, and then just label that radio. And then in my layers, I will just create another layer. Radio body underscore HP for high poly, even though it's just a construction mesh, but it will be. So we've got that there, and then I can just hide that for the time being, come in here, and then just start fresh now with this piece here. So I will generate first of all, do I want to do it as a curve possibly, or I want to start actually maybe with this, and I've just by accident hit a button which has given myself keyframes. So if I do that and you come back in late and you see this, then you can just come in and say edit keys and delete keys, and then that'll get rid of that. So, and then I'm just going to rotate, Control J, hold down J to rotate on the increment. Shrink this down roughly in place. And now I know that I want information, so I'm going to increase my subdivision quite high. I'm going to probably go for 52, I think. And the reason why I've gone 52, not 52. Yes, 52. My eyes are going funny. Is that I want those axes, the up and down, perfectly in place for this. So I've got that, and now I want to just get that and just shrink it down. So that's about right, but I'm going to Control Z because I want it perfectly on axis as well. And then I'm going to take that half and delete those. and take the edge and then extrude. Like so. And then I can just take that and bridge. There, I've got my basic block out shape. And now if I take my reference image, what I want to do is basically create that kind of cutout within it. So I'm going to come underneath and I'm going to just middle mouse click to come into the center and figure out if I keep the center block of 4, and it looks like actually it comes in a little less as well. So if I keep those 2 for the shape, and then so those will be deleted, and I think those will be deleted for that kind of cutout shape. If I just delete those faces for now, and what I'm going to do is delete all of these as well on the back. Make sure I haven't got anything else selected. 1, 2, I've deleted that at some point. And bridge, there we go. So we've got this. Now we know that the strap comes in here. So it's not like solid across because the strap comes in. So I don't actually want these at all. I didn't need to bridge that across. So I'm just going to make it hollow or a flat piece. And then I'm just going to give it some thickness. Oops. So I'm going to extrude and do the negative thickness somewhere around there. And were there other marks on this that I recall? Yes, there were indentations on there, but I'll do those afterwards, I think. And mesh display and then reverse. So now I've got that kind of shape coming on, and then I'm hoping that I've got enough, if I hit 3, to hold that starring because of all that information, but we'll fix that in a moment with some supporting edges. So next, what I want to do is just come in and bevel all of this, this information. And I'm hoping that I've got enough geometry to support this. So, and come around here as well. So all those edges that I want to maintain structure. Bevel. I'm going to turn chamfer off. Hit 3 in the keyboard. And it's not looking too bad. There's some artifacts there, but we'll try and fix those in a moment. Oh, I've done the warp tool. I never remember what the shortcut is for that, but I don't want it. So I just hit Go up and hit Q. Now you can see at the minute I can't do a edge loop through that because these are no longer faces. So I could have done that first to get around that. After the fact, I'm just going to come in and do a couple, one there, and then it will allow me to put in another one there. And then what I'm going to try and do is just tie that off to there, Y, and then tie that off to there, which then comes in here, and then that will come off there. And then maybe there's something going on there because that's not behaving like it should do. There's two edges there, so let's just grab my vertices and merge. That's not done it. So what I will do is just delete those faces altogether, because you can see that should delete what I wanted to get rid of. And then I'm going to bridge that and then fill that hole. So that's going across there. So there's an issue. So let me just take that and bridge. If I do vertex face, I can explode it. Just have a little look. Should be fine. But it's not. And look, we've got some issues there as well, which is kind of strange. So that hard edge, I've done something somewhere. So what I'm going to do, because I know it's weird, I've got this bit is all right on this half, and then this bit is all right on that half. So what I'm going to do is first come in and delete this half. Actually, no. What I want to do, what do I want to do? Okay, I'm going to take just this good section here, I think. Like so, and I'm going to duplicate. So shift right click and duplicate faces. And on here, I'm going to delete as the equivalent faces. Which I believe is that. Take the good one, W, and then scale -X. Actually, no, it's a -Z because we're on the side. That's fine. And then combine. Get the vertices. And merge. So now that's okay and working as should. And then now I can take this half completely and delete. Weird, very strange, but rather than trying to kind of figure out and fix it, I'm just going to duplicate and mirror it. -1. Normally I get one dodgy side, but to get both is a bit strange. And then combine, vertices, all, merge. 3, and now it's kind of looking like I would potentially expect it to look. There. So I may, if I delete that, I think it might come out. That's fine. Don't think that's causing any errors. There's a slight error there. So you could probably want more geometry in there, but right now it's so small I'm not really going to be fussed about it. At this point, you got that error there as well. So maybe if I delete that, there'll be less of an error. That's still there, still got that pinching. So really what I want to have is more geometry to support this edge more than the 52 that I had. To sort of get that, possibly even double looking at this. So do I do it? Do I do that now or not? Yes, I'm going to do it. So I will delete that altogether. It's good practice to scrap things. Start again. But it's just the nature of this. So come through and J, and this is just my process. This is why I'm recording this live, so to speak. So I'm not kind of figuring it out first and then going through, because I want to kind of be honest with my process and the decisions that I make. So last time we had 52 and it wasn't enough. So maybe if I do 84. So again, I've still got that. So I'm going up in sort of the division, so I can still get those axes in place. So I'm going to go with 84 regardless. I'm not going to do it a third time. Is that roughly the right diameter? Yes. So I'm just going to delete, go back, come in here, select faces and delete half. Select the edge and extrude and take those up. One edges, extrude, there we go. Just want to take the edges up, not the whole thing. So then we've got that on the go. Which way is which? So come in here, click on that. So it's this side is what I want to delete. So I'm just going to select and tab and drag, select all of those and delete because I don't want those. And then I'm going to come in, and this time I'm going to select all those, and I'm just going to come in and add in some cuts, more to support this time. And then I will come in and then decide which ones I want to cut out. So I haven't actually established the thickness of this. Which is something I probably should have done. There we go. I'm going to go on with this. So let's come back in to this view. And how much am I cutting out? So looking at this, maybe coming out. And this is what I quite like, having this tool. So I can leave that on screen and still work. And I can see that how much I'm kind of going to cut out. So perhaps want to take 4 out from there. And I'm going to use the tab tool and go up 2 or 1. Does it go past halfway? I'm not entirely sure. Or is it that kind of shape? I'm not too sure, and it curves underneath. But that will do. I'm going to go with that. And then extrude, give it a bit of negative thickness. And then face, mesh display, and reverse. So it's the correct way around. And then I may just put in another loop here first to support, a little bit of extra support. And then I'm going to take all these edges may even get away without beveling those ones, but I'll try initially because I kind of want those ones to not be beveled. So it's a softer curve. If we see that, it kind of graduates off. So we got that. And then bevel. Then chamfer off. reduce the fraction, and hit 3 in the keyboard. And now, can I get away with welding these in here? Not sure if I will. Yeah, because it'll cause those errors. Yeah. Select these, then F. Just pull those back a bit. Page up a couple of times. Yeah. If I can tie that off there, just to pin that. How's that looking? Better. Not perfect, but better. Just pinching. Working on curved surfaces. Never like it. So what may I do? Let me just think this through, because I could just leave it as it was originally, to be fair. It's not. There is that slight pinch. You can see it here. Hang on. I'm just being a bit silly, I think. Tie it off like that. Because I can put in edge loops around that edge because it just continues the flow. So that's, I think, a little better. And then here. And again, it's so small that I shouldn't really be worrying too much about it, but I want to get it right. So the geometry is a little neater on that. And I could, if I was to add in more support, maybe. There's still some pinch in there. Just take those additional ones out that I've put in. That's better. But it's okay. And then I've got that soft curve, which I wanted to. But that's okay. I think I'm okay with that. That's still a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-sided shape, but that's okay. Let me just try one last thing. And again, if I'm just being really stupid here, please tell me. Yeah, because that's pulling off in that direction. It's about the same amount of thing. So, oops, just extruded it. Add that in. I will just go with this one. Like so. So hit 3 on the keyboard, and it's neat, and it's supporting there, but perhaps I would need even more geometry to support it properly. But it will do for now, because from a distance you're only going to see it from like there, and it's fine. It's not, I'm just worrying about something for nothing. And then there's the indentation up the top here as well. So I do want to just take these edges and just put some connects in there just so it supports. And then towards the top, it kind of, I think, cuts in. It's hard to really tell exactly what's going on, but I want to have some detail. I think it cuts in, and then it's actually a shallower kind of thing after it cuts in. So I'm going to take this one, I'm going to bevel that and reduce the bevel fraction to say, well, I don't even need to do that. I can just put in another multi-cut there for the sort of the thickness of the cut that I want, and come in my side view. I'm going to take 2 faces out and 1 face out, like that. And again, I will just do half to save myself the workload. So I want to bridge across here. And then bridge across there, there, and there. And then I should have done this first, because now I need to carry these edges across. So get my multi-cut tool out and select that, and see at the minute how it's not connecting. So what I'll do is just, where is it going? So I'm just going to put 2 edges in, 1 and 2. Select the 1, and then holding down V, I'm going to just snap that in line to where it needs to be, and then grab my vertices, select them and merge 102 to 98. So that's fine. So when I just double click that to check, that's fine. And then the next thing that I will need to do is create as a loop. So I can go around there because it's not going to affect the curvature. I can go around here. Well, that shouldn't have any negative effect. So I'm like so. We've hit 3, and then that side, and that side. There we go. So then that's that cut out. Those edges are carrying on through there, but it shouldn't make an effect to the curvature because it's not going this way, which it doesn't. Fantastic. And that starring shouldn't have an effect on creating artifacts, which doesn't. And I might just put in, that's fine. I may want to just select edges, hold down tab and select those. Actually, can I just draw a box over all of those to be fair? See if this works. Connect. Yes. So I'm just going to put some edges in there to hold that as well. So when it smooths out, it's a little nicer and just prevents such starring. And this one I might just take out every other one, which then makes it quads. And also, no, I'm going to go this way. Delete those and hit 3, and it will fish like that. But I don't know. Either way, I'm thinking too much about this. So let's just get this. Control D to duplicate. Come in here. Freeze my transformations. Delete my history. Negative on the Z, I think it was. Yes. Shift select and combine. Vertices. Down the middle. Merge and merge. 3 on the keyboard. Give it a once over. And that is fine. I'll take that edge, make sure it's softened. Cool. So then we've got that. We can bring everything else back, I think. There we go. There we go. So that's in position. And then now it's for the strap